Welcome back to Folks Solo Sports Show. All right, let's talk about the Steelers versus the Jaguars coming up soon. I got to be honest here. I am scared of the Jaguars, man. When it comes to the Steelers, I'm scared of the Jaguars, man. The Steelers are not good when it comes to playing the Jaguars for some reason. The Jaguars are like the mini Patriots to the Steelers. We always end up losing to the Jaguars. Maybe when the games aren't so important, but every time it's a big game, the Steelers versus the Jaguars, the Steelers lose all the time. Like every time it's a big game. We are now we are now 0-2 against the Jaguars in playoff games. The last time the Jaguars beat the Steelers was in 2018. And the last time the Steelers beat the Jaguars was in 2014. We haven't beat the Jaguars in almost 6 years. In 6 years, we haven't beat the Jaguars. Then they beat us in a regular season 2 seasons ago. They beat us in a regular season 3 seasons ago. They beat us in a regular season, and then we played them in the playoffs, and it's a repeat of the same thing of when we played them in the playoffs when Brian Leftwich was still playing for the Jaguars in that wild card game. They beat us 45-42 in a close game. Like when Brian Leftwich was there, I forget the score of that game, but it was a close game, and we lost that game to a wild card game. And every time, like I said, it's a big game, we just lose to the Jaguars for some reason. And this isn't a playoff game, but it's the first chance Steelers have to ever go 10-0 in franchise history. And I just feel like a lot of people feel like that can be the Ravens, the Colts, or the Buffalo Bills to mess that up. We'll beat all three of those teams. The Steelers will beat all three of those teams, and they will get their first loss from the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is what I'm afraid of. I think this is going to be the team that beats the Steelers. They are the mini Patriots to the Steelers, and they somehow always beat the Steelers. So, and the records just show. The records show. They have a 12-11 all-time regular season series record on us, and then in the playoffs, they're beating us. Let's see here. Sorry, I lost that. But they're beating us in the playoffs basically too. That's all you need to know. All right, and even their all right. The one thing we do have better than the Jaguars is our biggest win against them. We beat them by 25 points. They only beat us by 21 points. So the biggest game we ever won against them, we had more points than they did, but that's rare to happen. When we play the Jaguars, the game is always close, usually always comes down to a touchdown or a field goal. Hardly ever is a two possession series or game. It's hardly ever that. It's hardly ever a blowout. It's always close, and I just feel like this is the team that can get the Steelers their first loss, even though they're not having a good season. They will come through and beat the Steelers, and they're going to mess up our perfect record for the season, and I'm going to be highly upset, and we will beat the Ravens after we lose to the Jaguars. After we lose to the Jaguars, we will beat the Ravens the second time this season, we'll beat the Colts and we'll beat the Buffalo Bills. The three teams that people think will give us a loss, we'll beat all of them, and we're going to lose to terrible to everybody else. But when they play us, they become gladiators, Spartans, and we're going to lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. All right? This is Folk Solo Sports Show. Let me know why you think that the Jaguars somehow always come out on top, usually over the Steelers. Are they still in the Patriots playbook against us? Like, what is it? Does Belichick have a friend over at the Jacksonville Jaguars that he talks to and he says, this is what I do to beat the Steelers or something? Let me know what y'all think it is, man. This is Folk Solo Sports Show. I'll get back with y'all. Peace.